Hey everybody, welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123 and this is going to be my February reading wrap up video. So I hope you enjoy watching. In this video I'm going to be talking about the books that I read in the month of February, telling you a bit about them, if I like them or not, my ratings that I give them, etc. So yeah, also in this video I have not one but two TBR games for you. Yes, so enjoy those. Once I've done the reading wrap up, you'll see the TBR games after that, okay? And I'm doing a giveaway. Yes, you can win a book, which is great because, you know, I'm a bookworm. You're probably a bookworm. You know, let's give away a book. This is American Dirt. And this is the paperback version by Jeannie Cummins. I have the hardcover version. I haven't read this yet, but it's supposed to be so good. So yeah, I'm giving away, as I say, American Dirt. Now, there's only two things you have to do to enter the contest. The first thing is subscribe to my channel. So yeah, this contest is for subscribers only. Also, all you got to do is put the word enter down below in the comment section. So, you know, as long as I see the word enter in your comment, I'll know that you're entering the contest. So yeah, good luck. You have a month today that this video has gone on. So I'll put the closing date and the rules, etc. in two places, okay? I'll put it in the video description and also on the pinned comment section as well, okay? So good luck to all of you. You could be winning this book, American Dirt. Okay, right. So, and by the way, while you are subscribed to my channel, make sure you press the thumbs up as well. Give this video a like. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to tell you about the books I read in February. It was a bit of a weird month. Some were really good, like really good, and some were just not so good. I did end up DNFing quite a few books, which is really sad. I don't like DNFing, i.e. not finishing a book, but I just have so many books that I've got to read, whether it's from the library or books that I own. It just feels kind of pointless reading a book that I'm not into, I'm not enjoying, I don't really care about the characters. Do you know what I mean? So I give it a good go, and if I feel like it's just not flowing for me, I'm not connecting to it, I just, you know, move on. So yeah, sadly there was a few DNFs, but there were some others, as I say, that were absolutely amazing. So yeah, also I'll be once I've done this little reading wrap up, I'm going to show you the book I'm currently reading. I'm very excited about this. It's the Atlas 6. Oh yeah. And I have special edition version, which is signed, Waterstones exclusive. I know, I'm showing off a bit, I'm sorry, but I'm really excited about this. This is really hard to get. I pre-ordered this absolutely ages ago, and oh my god, it is so good. So anyway, I'll tell you about that in a bit. Right, so I have my other phone here with my Goodreads on. If you are on Goodreads, come and follow me, by the way, links down below to that. You can see what books I've read, want to read, that kind of thing. So yeah, come and follow me on Goodreads. It's one of my favourite apps. I love Goodreads so much. All right, so I need to put my glasses on. That'd help, wouldn't it? Glasses go, you know, when the glasses go on, I mean business. Okay, so let's do this. Right, so the first book I read in February, I'm not going to go like too much into it. I'll just tell you a little bit about it and my ratings out of 5, okay? If you want to find out more about these books, down below, either in the comment section or description box, I'm not sure yet, but I'll put the link to all of these books on Goodreads so you can, you know, see other people's reviews, find out more information about the book and stuff. This is just going to be like a little quick kind of recap and my view if I like them or not. Okay, so the first book I read in February was Copycat by Alex Lake. It says, your stalker is everywhere. Your stalker knows everything, but the real problem is that your stalker is you. Do you know what? I've got to be honest, I can't really remember much about this story. I give it a 3 stars, so it was obviously like, okay. Oh yeah, this was the woman. Yeah, it was about Sarah. The main character called Sarah, and it says here, Sarah Havenant discovers when an old friend points it out that there are 2 Facebook profiles in her name. One she recognizes hers, the other is a fake that she's never seen. Yeah, it started off really good, and then it just got a bit silly. So yeah, someone was like stalking her, taking photos like in her house with her family, like, and making out it was her, but obviously it wasn't. I don't know. It was okay. It was just a little bit silly. I thought it was going to be a lot more creepy and darker than it was, but I just thought it was a bit silly. By the end, I was like, oh, please, it's over. yeah, so not really memorable for me. As I say, gave it a 3 stars. Next book I read in February, absolutely blooming loved. It was by Sophie Gonzalez and Cal Dietrich, and it's called If This Gets Out. Oh, I love this book so much. There's the cover. I should be showing you the covers, actually. There we go. Really quickly, I'll show you the cover to Copycat as well. There we go. There's Copycat. Yeah, I absolutely love this book. It was so, so good. LGBTQI plus, etc. I just loved it. It was about a boy band, and there were 2 guys in the band. I love the boy band in general. Like each of them were very different to each other, but yet they all kind of got on and, you know, connected as a band and stuff, even though there were some kind of issues within the band a bit as well. But anyway, but the main 2 characters are friends, but then like a relationship blossoms, and then they have to keep it secret from their fans, and it's just really, really good. I absolutely love the main characters. It's Ruben and Zach, and the boy band was called Saturday. It was great. Like, I grew up loving boy bands from a very early age, so for me I was like, yeah, it's about boy bands. But you know, the whole kind of dealing with their sexuality, having to hide it, and the different characters, the dramas that were going on the tour and stuff, like with their families, etc. It was just so much going on, and I really enjoyed it. And the romance was just super, super cute. Loved it. So yeah, If This Gets Out, I gave 5 stars to. It was really, really good. Absolutely loved it. Next I read Agatha Christie, and then there were none. So I'm doing like a mini challenge for myself. Basically I want to read just one Agatha Christie book a month. And I have been doing that. Now, I've said this previously, I'm not keen on the Miss Marple series thing. I don't really get this random little old lady, you know, doing all the murder mystery stuff. It just doesn't do it for me. But I do like Poirot, and I do like Agatha Christie's like standalone mystery crimes. I do enjoy those. So that's what I'm going to kind of continue with. I'm not going to be going down the whole Miss Marple route, right? But I read And Then There Were None, which is supposed to be one of the best books that she's ever done. If you look up the list, it's like, you know, pretty much most popular. And I have to say, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it a 4 stars. I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. So it says, first there were 10, a curious assortment of strangers summoned as weekend guests to a little private island. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there was this like, this host was like a millionaire that they never actually like saw, but they were all invited to this island, and then murders start to happen. And it's all a bit weird. But I really liked it. I liked the whole mystery and the whodunit, that kind of locked in room kind of mystery. Agatha Christie just, you know, does so well. And, you know, thinking, is it that one? Is it that one? Is it, you know, really, really interesting. I definitely am going to, as I say, continue with Agatha Christie books. And yeah, it was good. I understand why it was popular. And I also found on YouTube, there's like a really old like film of it that I might watch at some point. So yeah, it's a good ending as well. It was quite a twisty, turny kind of crime. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good. Okay, yeah. Oh, next up, I read Beasts and Beauty. The cover, I didn't show you the cover to that, sorry. There's the cover to the Agatha Christie one. Beasts and Beauty was by Simon Chaney. Probably said that wrong, I'm sorry. And the cover was gorgeous. Like, I was literally drawn to this cover. Can you see that? There we go. But yeah, I love the cover, and it was basically a collection of short stories, like old fairy tales, but with a kind of new twist. So reimagining, retelling, but with a darker kind of vibe, right? And I was like, oh my God, this sounds amazing. But the more I read, I couldn't get into any of the retellings at all. And I kind of thought, as much as I like dark stories, dark books, etc., there's something about fairy tales that should be kind of like, I don't know, happy and you know, I don't know, these books, like these stories, sorry, were just so dismal and depressing and sad, and a lot of the endings, I was just like, oh God, it was just draining. I wasn't enjoying it, so I just kind of stopped reading them. I did try pretty much most of the stories, and I just didn't like any of them. I give it a 1 star, and the only reason I give it a 1 star was because number one, the cover was beautiful, and number two, the artwork was really, really beautiful as well. There was some really amazing artwork that kind of coincided with the stories, but I just no. Just no. Next up, I read a YA thriller called Win, Lose, Kill, Die by Cynthia Murphy. There is the cover to that. A little bit of a boring cover, to be fair. But anyway, not that I could decide anything better, but you know. What was this about? I can't even remember. I'll have to look at Goodreads because I literally can't remember. Oh yeah, that was it. The students at Morton Academy are high achievers, selected based on academic excellence. So a series of murders. A series of murders target the school's brightest and best, pressure on them. Someone is determined to stop at nothing to clear their path to the top. But who can it be? So yeah, this is a high school kind of, I don't know, slasher book with very kind of intelligent people. It got a little bit silly. I think it was very predictable as well. I'd give it star-wise a 4-star because I did enjoy it and I was like hooked on it, but it was a bit predictable and it was a little bit silly, but it was okay. It was good. You know, to get a 4-star is quite good, but yeah, a little bit too much like, I know what's going to happen now. I know what's going to happen now, but it was really well done, and you know, I really enjoy thrillers. And yeah, Cynthia Murphy is a great author. Like, I really like her writing style. Next up was Meet Cute, by Helena Hunting. There is the cover to that. This was so cute. I really wanted to read more romance in the month of February because of Valentine's Day and stuff, but I don't know, it just didn't really happen. But I did get a few done. Romance isn't like my favourite genre of books. I do like a good like slushy story sometimes, but not like, it's not one of my main genres. But this book, I did it as a buddy read and I'd never even heard of it. This girl suggested it. We'd buddy readed before. Buddy read, not readed. This is terrible grammar. Sorry. We buddy read before and she chose this book. I'd never heard of it. I got it on eBay really cheap and it turned up and I was like, oh, romance. Okay, let's see, bring it on. And I tell you what, it was so good. I love this book so much. It was super, super sweet. I give it a 5-star and I put, this book was adorable. I loved it with some hearts because it was, it's just great. The characters were so like, amazing. I love the characters. I'm getting all tongue-tied. I was just so excited about it. I loved it. So it says here, talk about an embarrassing introduction. On her first day of law school, Kaylin ran quite literally into the actor that she crushed on as a teenager, ending with him sprawled on top of her. Mortified to discover that Daxton Hughes was also a student in her class, her embarrassment over their meet cute quickly turned into a friendship she never expected. Of course, she never saw his betrayal coming either. So that was then. Basically, he was in this big soap opera. She had this massive crush on him, pictures all over the wall, etc. All the merch with his face on. And then years later, they're both lawyers in different law firms. And yeah, so basically, I don't know, it's hard to kind of say the story without giving any spoilers. So something really sad happens, and Dax, who's the guy, he has to go and see the main character and ask her for help. And anyway, a friendship forms. But it's not just a normal kind of romance friendship. It's so much more than that. It's about family. It's about grief. It's about romance. It's just lovely. I really recommend it. As I said, I don't want to give any spoilers because it would give it away. When that thing happened in the book, I was like, oh. So yeah, it was really, really good. I really recommend it. 5 stars for me. Cute. Brilliant. Next book I read was Dead Lucky by Andrana Cuadini. I think that is. There's no picture for that on here. I mean, I could look it up, but yeah, I won't. So just look it up yourself if you want to. Dead Lucky. I don't even remember much about this. I gave it a 2 stars. I didn't enjoy it. What I find really interesting on Goodreads, once I've read a book, I leave my review, right? I leave my, 5-star rating and 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. And then I look at people's reviews and ratings just to kind of see if, we've kind of had the same ideas. And sometimes it's pretty similar, but other times I'm completely off, with what my view is. Like this book, for example, I gave it, as I say, a 2. Most people are giving it 5s and 4s. And I'm like, did we read the same book? But then, if everything was the same, if everyone liked the same thing, how boring would that be? So, we all interpret a book a different way and take it to ourselves and either like it or not, I suppose. But I just didn't really enjoy this book. I can't even find the information about it. Where's all the... I'm looking for like the list of what it's about. Was it the influencer one? Yeah, that was it. It was about a group of influencers and that was it. Yeah, one of them gets killed live on air. And then there's another few influencers and could it be one of them? And they've all got secrets on each other. I just found it really annoying and cringe and, the whole kind of influencer scene, like, I know there's a lot of people who do it, so I'm not gonna like diss influencers, but like it just becomes a little bit too much sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm an influencer, and these characters were so self-absorbed, they're so arrogant, they were so vain. I didn't really like any of the characters. So yeah, that was it. Yeah. I don't know where all the information from that book's gone. Goodreads is just gone. Anyway, so yeah, not good. Sorry, didn't like it. Next up was The Witching Stone by Danny Weston. I got this from the library. There's the cover to this one. This was great. I really enjoyed this. I'd never heard of this one. I've not heard about it on, BookTube or social media or anything. It was literally just one day in the library, looking around like you do as a bookworm, and I saw the cover. I love the cover. I read what it was about, and I love anything with like witches and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed this. I think this was a middle grade, but I'd say more YA, to be fair. Some of the themes in it were quite dark for a middle grade, so I'd say kind of borderline YA. Yeah, so it was set in... Hold on, sorry. Beneath this stone lies the remains of Meg Shelton, alleged witch of Wood Plumpton, buried in 1705. So after a messy breakup with his girlfriend, Alfie needs to get away for a while, so he decides to spend the summer holidays with his dad in a tiny village in the north of England. In the local church graveyard, he chances upon a boulder with a strange inscription and meets Mia, who then tells him about the local superstition surrounding the stone. If you walk 3 times around the stone and say, I don't believe in Mitches? I don't know what Mitch is. Or you could say a witch. I'll start that again. Rewind. If you walk 3 times around the stone and say, I don't believe in witches, there we go, put my teeth in, Meg will come after you. Alfie, in a reckless attempt to show his bravery, accepts the superstition as a challenge. He thinks the story is nonsense, but it soon becomes apparent that he's just made the biggest mistake of his life. This was really good. It was a fun read. It was easy to read. It was creepy. I love like this nasty kind of witch, but then once you find out what she had been through and yeah, the revenge and why she's taken the revenge, and it was really good. There were some funny moments, but there were also some creepy moments, including a scene of him like looking in the mirror and her being behind it. Anything like that freaks me out with horrors and stuff. But yeah, I really like this one, so I think I was like drawn to read it. So yeah, Witching Stone, Danny Weston, I give 4 stars to. Next, I read Frankie's World, a graphic novel by Alfie Dooley. Oh my God, this was so cute. The cover is super cute as well. And it's really interesting actually, because in this graphic novel, everything is in certain colours, the whole book. So you've got orange, black, what was it? Yeah, hold on. Orange, blue and black. And it was just really weird, like reading everything in these like colours and seeing the imagery in the same colours. But yeah, it was really good and I really, really enjoyed it. It was super, super sweet. So this is, I would say, a middle grade, but you can read it at any age. Like, I just believe if you want to read something, read it. It shouldn't be like, oh, you can't read it if you're that age. If you like it, you like it, you know? So apparently the author is a very famous autistic Irish comedian called Alfie Dooley. I'll be honest with you, I've not heard of her, but when I looked her up, she is, yeah, pretty famous and stuff. And she's got to have a good sense of humour, because this story is about this girl who's got autism, and it's just like the humour in this book. Like, she goes on a little journey, she's looking for her like long lost dad, but also she deals with things like bullying and stuff in school and friendships and stuff and her family. But there's so much humour in it as well. Like, it deals with serious subjects and stuff, but it's also really funny, really cute. The artwork in it was just adorable. I give this a 5-star. It was just really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Next up, I didn't like this one. This was Everything That Burns by Gita Trellis. This is Enchanté number 2. I really, really loved Enchanté. I remember reading it a couple of years ago when it came out. I loved it so much. It's actually downstairs on my bookcase because I keep certain books that I'm in love with, kind of thing. And I was really excited for the sequel, to find out what happened, like tie all the loose ends up and stuff, and, you know, see what happened to the sisters and all the magic. And I just didn't like this book at all. I just couldn't get into it. I just felt like it's all there, like magic, betrayal, sacrifice. Like, it just, I I don't know. I can't describe it. I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the characters. It's like they'd kind of changed and had like personality transplants. Like they just weren't as interesting as the first book. I didn't really care what happened to them. It was all just a bit boring, and yeah, I just DNF'd it. So yeah, but as I say, if you do want to check out Enchanté, that is amazing, and you might like this one, but I just didn't. I give it 2 stars, but thinking about it, I don't know why I give it 2 stars. I think I was being a bit generous because I DNF'd it. So, okay, the next book I read was a big one. It was big, it was chunky, and it was called House of Sky and Breath, the one that only Sarah J Maas. She is an amazing author. This is Crescent City #2. Wow. To be back in the world of Bryce and Hunt and just the magic and just everything, like it's just, I mean, wow. There's just so much going on in this book. Now I can't say too much about it because obviously you need to read #1 first. This is the second one in the series, so I don't want to give any spoilers or anything. And also not just spoilers, but you wouldn't really know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? You need to read #1, but I will warn you, these books are big. They are big. This one was about 800 pages. I had the Waterstones exclusive version, so it had like the extra content as well at the end, but it was massive. Now, I'm a fast reader, but this book took me, I think, it's about 4 or 5 days to read. And it wasn't that I wasn't enjoying it. I really was like thoroughly enjoying it, but it was just so big. And also it was really heavy. When I was holding it, it was like this big brick. Like, but I got there in the end. I finished it, and yeah, of course I gave it a 5 stars. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait for the next book. I hope they don't, take too long to do it. But yeah, I won't give any spoilers, as I keep saying, but there is a big twist at the end. But yeah, it was really good. I loved it. I love the way like Bryce and Hunt are together. They're just such a beautiful couple, and the way they just like have this passion and this love and this like loyalty to each other and just this bond. And there's obviously other characters who've got stuff going on as well. And yeah, really good. Really, really good. Okay, next up, not so good. Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joy Goffney. Oh, I didn't actually have that cover. I had a different, I had a different cover. Sorry, I've come off my red list. Yeah, I had a completely different cover. I had like a yellow and green, and both the main characters were like sitting in the window and stuff. So that must be the American cover. I don't know. But yeah, I started off really liking this. I was like, I don't know, a few chapters in, and I said to Nathan, my other half, I was like, oh, I really like this. This is really good. I like it. But then I don't know, I started to get really bored, and it was just like, ugh. Like this girl basically makes lists of everything in her journal. I like the main character, but it was just like the whole list thing was just driving me like insane. Every few pages it was a list of this, a list of this, a list of this, a list of this, and that was just irritating. And then the guy she kind of fancies, but she also fancies her neighbour. One of the guys basically finds her journal and sees all the lists, and they start blackmailing, or someone starts blackmailing her because she's put things in the list that could kind of get her into trouble, things that she's done and stuff. So, it was kind of intriguing and interesting. But then, like, I don't know, the romance thing, one minute she was, in love with her neighbour, the next minute she liked this other guy, and it was all a bit like, well, who is she into? Like, what's going on here? Halfway through the book, she's like, forgot about the other one. I don't know. And as I say, the constant lists, it just irritated me. So yeah, I did DNF it, I'm afraid, which is really sad because it was one of the books that I said this year, the year I'm going to read it. And yeah, I just didn't really like it. Oh well. So yeah, I give it a 2 stars because, as I said at the beginning, I did enjoy it. Next up, I had some books this, February that I just wasn't feeling. The Things We Don't See by Savannah Brown. Really pretty cover. And this I thought would be so good. It was about this girl. It was about 2 girls, actually. The main girl does like podcasts and stuff, and she does like true crime podcasts about people who have gone missing. And the reason she does that is because her sister had gone missing a few years ago. So that's kind of why she kind of, deals with a loss and trying to work other sort of missing cases out and stuff. And then she gets obsessed with this case of this singer, this girl who's a singer, who also went missing. And her sister who went missing listened to this singer who went missing. There's a lot of missing going on here. But anyway, and this singer was from this really kind of small town area. and they're all a bit weird. And this girl, like the main character, goes to this area to kind of do the podcast, but also to find out what happened. And like in theory, it was really good. Like I was like, oh, this sounds so. I love books with podcasts in, especially like true crime stuff. Like my favorite one of that kind of thing is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I love Courtney Summers so much. I can't wait for her next book. Apparently it comes out in August. Found out today. Woohoo! Definitely be getting that one. But yeah, this was just it fell a bit flat. I was just getting bored. And I think there wasn't that much about the whole podcast thing. I thought it was going to be like quite a bit featured, but it was just like every so often they might have a little page here and there. Like there wasn't much on the podcast, and it was all a bit weird. And then, somehow she's investigating and then there's a romance that happens. I'm like, what? Where's this come from? I didn't want a romance. I wanted a thriller about a missing person. Anyway, so yeah, I weren't keen on it. I DNF'd it and give it 1 star. It could have been it had potential to be so good, and it just didn't work for me. For me. It didn't work for me. Everyone's different. And the last book that I can talk about, because this was literally the last book I finished in February, because when I'm reading now, I'm now in March. So was The Furies by Katie Lowe. And I'll give a confession to you now. You can laugh at me all you can, and it's fine. I kept calling it The Furies because I'm stupid. And I remember when I got it, I come home. Whenever I get new books, I show Nathan. He's probably not interested, but I like to share my book buying with him. I'm like, oh, I got this one, I got this one, I got The Furies. And he's like, the what? He's like, no, that's The Furies, babe. I was like, is it? Oh, yeah. And it just kind of stuck. And every time I was speaking about this book, I was like, oh, yeah, someone would say to me, what you read? I'm like, I'm reading The Furies. I'm in The Furies. Anyway, I'm talking about this too long, but it's called The Furies. It's quite a big kind of classic cult book. A lot of people liked it. It came out quite a while ago. I never read it until, obviously, now. Witchcraft, secret societies, this like private school. It just sounded so good, and I just didn't like it. It was just to me, it was just a really bad version of The Craft. I love the Craft film and stuff, but it started off really good. Like I did start off enjoying it. I said, oh, this is great. First few pages in, I was like, yep, this is going to be the one. I'm going to love it. And then as it went on, it was like, there were these 2 girls. It was like a group of 4 girls, basically. And there was a scene where 2 of the girls do this like blood ritual magic thing to be friends forever, soulmates or whatever. And it's just all a bit silly. It's a bit weird and a bit like, ooh. And from there on, it just kind of went downhill for me, and I just didn't enjoy it, and I just didn't really care what happened at the end. There was supposed to be a thriller part element as well, where there had been a murder of one of the students, and I don't know. It was all a bit weird. I just didn't like it. So I only give it 2 stars, I'm afraid. But anyway, so yeah, not really a great month, but as I say, there were some great books, not many, but a few that I really, really loved. So obviously shout out to the books I really loved. So Meet Cute, If This Gets Out, and The Witching Stone was good, and House of Sky and Breath was really, really good. So what is my book of the month for February? It's a tough one because I did really like those ones I've just mentioned for different reasons, but the book that I took to my heart, I love the characters, I kept the book because I loved it so much. And the fact that it's a romance, and I'm not really like a romancy kind of book girl, the fact that it won me over and I just couldn't put it down, and I was just so involved and invested and loved it. So it'd have to be Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. That is my book of the month of February. It was just fantastic. Followed very, very closely behind by Sarah J Maas' House of Sky and Breath, because that was wonderful as well. But yeah, that I would say is right. I think Meet Cute was just adorable. So there we go. They are the books that I read in February. Let me know in the comment section down below what books you read in the month of February, if you like them, if you didn't. What books have you got planned to read in the month of March? So yeah, my current read, as I say, is this one here. This is the Atlas 6 by Levi. I don't know how to say this. Levi Blake. Is that how you say her name? Levi Blake. Really excited. I took a picture of this and I tweeted her and said, I'm just about to start this. I'm really excited. And she actually liked my tweet. I was like, hey, this is supposed to be like one of the biggest books of the year. I'm not one of those people who just like trend reads. I read whatever. Like I read popular books. I read non-popular books. Like I just read whatever I want to read kind of thing. Whether they're older, whether they're new. But this one, I'll be honest, I was kind of sold by everyone raving about it. And just, yeah, I love the imagery. I love what the story sounded, what it was about. It's I think it's a YA, I assume. Oh, here's the signature, by the way. So it's kind of like dark academia. Is that what it's called? Academia? I don't know. School of Magic, and there's like a contest between these magicians, 6 extraordinary magicians, 5 chances to win, and 1 secret society. And there's such beautiful artwork as well in here, which I love because it's pictures of the characters. For example, hold on, look at that. That's so cool. I love that. And there's one, that's Libby. I love Libby. I can tell Libby's going to be one of my favourite characters already. And I'm really excited to kind of get to know like the main characters and their story and, you know, what magic they possess, etc. Oh, I don't know where it's gone. There is more pictures. Take my word for it. But yeah, it's, oh, here. I found it. And now I've lost it again. Oh, who's this one? This is Callum. I was looking for Nico, but I couldn't find him. But anyway, there's Callum. I know what Callum looks like now. But yeah, it's really good. I'm loving the different characters, getting to know them. I'm only on literally page 37. So I'm really not that far into it. And I'm already knowing it's going to be a 5-star. It'd have to be a shocker for it not to be a 5-star. Because at the moment, I just think it's excellent. Okay, so there we go. Don't forget, if you want to enter the contest, please do put the word enter down below in the comments section. Give this video a thumbs up as well. That'd be awesome. And you have to be subscribed to my channel to enter the contest to win American Dirt by Jeannie Cummins. So there we go. Okay, I'm just thinking March, there are a lot of books coming out for me that I've pre-ordered. My bank account is not going to be happy with me. Yeah, that's the problem with pre-orders. You sit there at the time, you're like, oh, I'll pre-order that. And then they will come out and you're like, oopsie, okay. But yeah, I think, obviously I'm excited about Victoria Schwab's new book. And Lucy Foley's new book. But the one I'm really, really hyper about is the new book by Simone St. James, who did the Sundown Motel. And I've completely forgot the name of it. It was like Cold Cases or something. Hold on, I'll look it up on here. I absolutely loved Simone St. James books. I just think she's such a great author. Yeah, it's called The Book of Cold Cases. This is the cover to it. And it's just going to be, I know it's just going to be so good. So that's the one I'm most hyped up about. But also, as I say, I've got Lucy Foley coming. I've got the new Victoria Schwab book coming. There are a few others that I can't remember coming in March. But yeah, it's going to be a busy month for reading. I hope this month of March will, you know, be better books. I hope I'll enjoy them more, not just have a few, but have loads of 5 stars. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, carry on watching because now you'll see the TBR games. So you'll see as they spin the wheel game and the TBR game, the little boxes with the names of books that I've got that I haven't yet read on my TBR. Nathan picks me a book with a dice, and anyway, so watch that. So yeah, enjoy the TBR games, and don't forget, please click like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out my other channel, Minx Laura 123 ASMR. Links down below to that, as well as the links to my social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And as I say, if you are on Goodreads, come and follow me on Goodreads because you know, we can be Goodreads friends and we can talk about books and you can see what ones I've read and want to read, and I can see what books you want to read and stuff. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. And if you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back and good luck winning American Dirt. All right, everyone, carry on watching for the TBR games. Woo! Okay, so I'm about to play the TBR game, Spin the Wheel. I have lots of options. What one shall I get? Let's do it. I'm going to press that spin button on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Spin. Oh. Book from the bedroom. Well, that's cool because I'm in my bedroom. So, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so my spin the wheel game said that I had to choose a book from my bedroom. And yeah, that was pretty easy to do because there's a lot of books in here, both on the bookcases and in piles of books. But the one I've selected for my March TBR from the Spin the Wheel game is Real Easy by Marie Ratajkowski. I think that's how you say it, Ratajkowski. I got this one literally the other day in Waterstones. It's a thriller. It's involving some ladies who dance a bit. Ooh la la. And yeah, there's murders. And yeah. So this will be the book. Okay, so now it's time for the TBR game with me and my lovely fiancé Nathan. Hey Nathan.
Hey.
Are you excited?
Always.
Well, do me a favour. Pick a better book than you did last
Buy
month.
better books then. Do me a favour.
That
buy
book
better
was
books.
not good.
That's
I
your own
DNF'd
fault.
it. I DNF'd it.
I'm not the one that buys these books.
Yeah, I don't buy middle grade really anymore. That was why. I think it was a bit too young for me.
I could have told you that.
Yeah. No, some middle grades are like. But anyway, we're improving this month. It's going to be a good one. I've got a good feeling.
Okay.
So, do you want to quickly explain how this works for new people?
Because it still stumps you, does it?
No, I know, but you explain it really well.
So, we've got 4 pots here. Each one is labelled.
It is.
With genre or genre.
Thriller, mystery, general fiction, series, fantasy, sci-fi, horror.
Exactly, as explained by my glamorous assistant here. And I've also got numbers on top, if you can just see there. Numbers. So
you've got 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And it has...
And it's also got these dogs on.
Yeah.
The dogs don't have anything to do with the game.
No, the dogs have nothing to do with books at all.
Or the game.
Or the game.
They're just there.
I just really thought they were cute stickers.
Yeah. But the numbers do have...
Yeah, they do. The genre and the numbers are important.
But the dogs, they're only important to you. So I've got 2 dice here. You are going to roll my 2 dice.
Yes.
And then whatever number comes up...
corresponds with...
one of these boxes.
Yeah.
Which I will then open.
Yes.
Rummage. And pull out a piece of paper.
Yes.
And on that paper will be written one of your books.
That I own, but I haven't yet read, on my TBR.
Yes.
So they could be in our bedroom, downstairs, spare room.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Piles of books.
Yeah. So...
okay.
Without further ado, I'm going to hand you the dice and I'm going to move the boxes.
I love these dice.
The boxes are here. Oh, there we go. And then I'll let you roll.
Ready?
Yes. Do you know what number that is?
5 and 3. 8.
Yes. Which means it's this pot.
Oh, okay. Fantasy, sci-fi, horror. I like that. Okay.
So let's have a look inside. How full up is this box?
Yes. I think the general fiction's the most filled up, but this is quite... Should I give him a shake?
Give him a shake. I'll give him a rummage as well, because I am the rummager. I don't want you fixing it for yourself. There we go. Right. So now I'm going to pick one out.
Okay, good luck.
Dun, 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 like the hand
you like the
God.
grabber at the
I'm going for this one.
Okay, what is it? Unravel it.
I'm unravelling.
Unravel it now.
It is.
What is it?
Jigsaw of Fire and Stars.
Fantasy downstairs. That means it's on the bookcase downstairs. That means it's either on the 2nd or the 3rd shelf.
Yes.
That's going to be hard to find.
Good luck.
Oh, why couldn't it have been in the bedroom where it's easier to find? Okay, Jigsaw of... I have no idea about that. Who done it? Who wrote it?
What it is.
Jigsaw of Fire and Stars.
Go find it.
Okay, it's going to be like a scavenger hunt. Okay, right, I'm going to press pause then and go downstairs, see if we can find this. Thank you very much to Nathan. You. I found the book. I found it.
You found it.
Oh, look at this. What a gorgeous cover this is. Cover. I think I got this in a charity shop, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Yabba Badoo. Is that how you'd say it? Yabba Badoo? Oh, wow. Look, if you look into the waves, I've just seen it's like little people in the waves. I didn't even notice that.
The sinking ship.
She's pretty. What else have we got going on here? The stars, bird. Oh, it's a really nice cover, that is. So, yeah, that is going to be my book for, what is it, March? Let's have a look. I think it's like fantasy. Well, obviously, because it was in that box. Bamboo flute, a golden bangle, ripening mango, which must not fall. Are these the missing pieces of the jigsaw, which will tell Sante's story? Oh, she was washed ashore in a sea chest laden with treasures. Laden, not laden. She had treasures with her. It seems she's the sole survivor. Tragic sinking of a ship carrying migrants and refugees. Her people, 14 years on, she's a member, oh look, of Mama Rose's unique and dazzling circus. Yeah. Ooh! But from their watery grave, the unquite dead are calling Sante to avenge them. Magical realism, brutality. This powerful and original. This actually sounds really good.
It's about
really good. I love circuses, and it also just sounds really interesting. Not like your normal circusy book. Do you know what I mean? He's gone. He's done a runner. He's gone. Oh, brilliant! I think you've chosen really well there.
I'll try it.
I think it's going to be better than the last one. Well, cool. So you can only choose from the books that I own. Yeah. There's only one thing makes any sense when I wake from my dream. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. Well done.
No, well done to you.